Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, Koos sent me a very interesting bit of information about that political party called COPE. Now, you might recall that the leader of COPE last year said that his party does not agree with expropriation of land without compensation. And I think a lot of white people still think that that is the case. Well, here's a wake-up call for them. They are now calling for land expropriation without compensation. And I'll read to you the article that, it's actually their manifesto, where they actually discuss this. Okay, it reads as follows. A COPE government will ensure that all South Africans are fully engaged in the process of land reform to address restitution, redistribution, security of tenure, market-based valuations, partnership schemes, and land administration, involving all role players to ensure that the best policies for different needs are addressed in the best way to achieve a win-win situation. And then bullet points. A more reliable and comprehensive audit of land ownership is undertaken to help inform strategic planning and practical strategies on land reform. And this is a big one. Land expropriation, to the extent that it is necessary to achieve land reform, will take place provided that all such expropriation will fully pass constitutional muster and in keeping with the above, the following expropriation with minimal or no compensation will be supported. Let me repeat that. The following expropriation with minimal or no compensation will be supported. This is the COPE manifesto. And now they define what properties are impacted. Properties owned by state enterprises that have lain idle for 10 years or more, and giving consideration to the history of how they were acquired so that these could be given over to mixed-use development. Land and buildings that have lain unoccupied for many years and for which rates, taxes and service charges have not been paid, and which for one or more reasons have become problem sites and havens for criminals, and for which a 6-month notice of use it or lose it has been lawfully served. Land that has been kept unreasonably undeveloped for long periods for the purpose of speculation on a 36-month notice of use it or lose it. Prime land that has been used far below its economic and job creation potential on a 33-month notice of use it or lose it principle, and land that has been badly degraded or polluted for the purpose of applying remediation. Unutilized state-owned land is made available without delay for housing development on agricultural purposes. Resources are provided and adequate support given to existing and legitimate aspiring farmers, as well as new entrants qualifying to take up farming. Farming opportunities are made available to individuals through a process which will enable them to buy shares in a commercial farming enterprise as a way of broadening and diversifying land ownership, enhancing food production, and protecting and sharing skills. The growth of agriculture and agro-processing is given constant attention and support through incentives to increase production and expand employment and ensure market access for all South Africans is in place. And, finally, the recommendation of the high-level panel report with regard to land are assessed and implemented. Point 13. South Africa needs a fresh start fighting crime and ensuring safety and security for all through smart policing and technology innovations. Okay, now, the most of that manifesto that I read out was about land expropriation. And just to reiterate, this is the party that said last year they do not support expropriation of land without compensation. How they've changed their tune. Now, finally, I'm just attaching a short little video to this where you can see where the ANC are following Mugabe, Zimbabwe, to the letter. And in fact, we have two very short extracts of speeches, one by Robert Mugabe and then the second by Ramaphosa, where they're basically saying the same thing. All right, here comes the video. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, and have a great evening.
So,
Bye for now.
Blair, keep your England and let me keep my Zimbabwe.
And he must keep his America. We will keep our South Africa.